Hi Aquarius, welcome. So Aquarius, this is going to be your spiritual tarot reading and we're going to go ahead and get straight into it. So when I was meditating on the collective Aquarian energy, I got a very specific song. It's called River, I believe, and the lyric is, shut your mouth and run me like a river. Yeah, so I know a lot of you are probably familiar with that song, but if you know the song and the artist, please put it into the comments down below. But to me, what I get from that song is this essence of empowerment, right? Of standing, you know, on solid ground and knowing what you're worth, and like, yeah, so that's kind of what I felt as the song came through. And there's more coming through on that. Holy hands, make me a sinner. Anyways, check that song out. I'm not gonna sit here and make you listen to me sing it. But anyways, so I feel like this is all about empowerment, Aquarius, and connecting with your empowerment and knowing your worth. And I'm also getting the word discerning, using your discernment being very important, you know. They were also showing me images of dream catchers. So the dream state being heightened or highlighted during this time frame. Some of you might also actually relate to dream catchers, or I know sometimes people collect them. But pay attention to your dreams, Aquarius. It may be speaking to you in many, many different ways, right? So you have the second house of assets showing up, which is interesting, right? As I talk about empowerment, this is also highlighting your material world and empowering yourself when it comes to your material world. As this often also talks about finances, your talents, what it is that you do for a living, or whatever your creative pursuits are. It talks about your security as well, and feeling more secure in your worth, which is exactly the message that I got in my meditation. So just more clarification there, Aquarius. So now we're going to go into the headspace and see what we have going on. And then I'm going to look at the emotional space and see what you need to know about that, Aquarius. And then the bigger spiritual picture, right? So there's, yes, there's that message coming in about empowerment, but there's also a message coming in around codependency. Now, I don't ever view Aquarians as a codependent zodiac sign, because mostly Aquarius represents the rebel, freedom, independence. And I'm an Aquarius myself, so you guys know that I understand Aquarian energy, and independence is very, very important to me. However, sometimes people can get codependent on Aquarian energy to lift them up, or to, I don't know why this is, but for some reason, Aquarian energy usually attracts like the strays. Not that I ever want to refer to a human being as a stray. I'm just making a reference, but you know what I mean. Like, Aquarian energy tends to attract those that are lost, those that need help, those that are astray, have been led astray. And I never have quite figured out why that is, but sometimes, Aquarius, you can attract partners and friends and relationships that begin to feel codependent, not necessarily because you depend on them, but because they depend on you for your energy, for your encouragement, for your money, I don't know, you name it, right? Like, I just feel like that big Aquarian heart will never turn anyone away, because you're also usually a humanitarian, it's a humanitarianistic sign. So by proxy of that, sometimes you invite people into your energy that can sometimes be energy vampires. And so there's this message here just about like being discerning about who you're inviting into your life, Aquarius, and do they see your worth? Can they give in a reciprocal way, in a balanced way, right? Where it's not just all you giving and not receiving. So let's take a look at the cards then. 10 of Wands, Ace of Cups, Judgment here. What else do we have? So things could have felt, you know, like some of y'all have definitely been putting the work in, whether that's to yourself or into your finances, into your career. And there is a reward here, okay? FYI, there is like, especially for those of you who have found your niche. Now, some of you, you're on your journey to find your niche, I don't know how to say it, in life. But I feel like most of you that are watching this is like, you've already found your place as far as like doing what you love. Like a lot of you that are watching make money, or like what you do for a living, you also love. You know, or like you love what you do for a living. And for those of you who aren't in that space, you're on the pathway to figuring that out right now. And the way that you figure it out is to ask yourself, does this feel in alignment with me? Do I enjoy what I'm doing, or does it feel like a struggle? Because life is too short to work any job that you don't truly love. Especially since there's so many infinite possibilities out there. But if you're in a space right now where you are doing something that you don't necessarily love, I'm not saying to up and leave that, not in that vibration anyways, because if you up and leave a job because you hate it, and then you go to another job, you're going to hate the next job too, because you didn't do the vibrational work. That means like, if you are an Aquarian in a position where you don't love what you do, don't leave that position until you find a way to find joy and love in the current environment. And not always easy to do, but you have to love where you're at, no matter where that is in life. You have to love where you're at in order to get an improvement to where you're going. Because it's a vibrational journey. It's not an action-oriented journey. So the way to elevate is to find some sort of joy in your current experience or your current job. And if you want to equate this to relationships, the same goes there. You got to find a way to be okay and find something good about your current situation in order for you to elevate and improve the situation. And so I guess I'm going into that because that's part of the reading. Some of you need to soothe that energy. Others of you, like I said, you're already doing something that you love, which is beautiful, but there's always more to learn. And if you've been feeling overworked, even though you love what you do, right now is a good time to take a break, take some PTO, take a day off, detach from it for a little while, you know, make some changes maybe to your environment, things of that nature. As it relates to love and relationships, if love has felt like a struggle, okay, or things have been piling up, that's it's the same advice as being presented, which is make the decision to detach for a little bit until it doesn't feel so heavy. You know, spend some time apart if you need to, or maybe have a couples retreat if you're wanting to renew the love within the relationship. But there has to be some sort of break or change in this, okay, in order for the energy to flow a little bit easier, Aquarius. So let's go deeper. What's going on in the emotional space? The Knight of Pentacles, the Tower. Whoa! Surprise, surprise. Six of Pentacles. A good surprise. Yeah, because I was worried there for a second, you know, me being a fellow Aquarian and all. I'm like, no, not the Tower, but when the Tower's with the 10 of Cups, that's a good surprise, right? So, emotionally speaking, Aquarius, there might be some good surprises in store for you, especially when it comes to relationships, you know. If things have felt a little bit stagnant or a little bit rocky, maybe feeling heavy or like you need a break after you come out of that energy, a shocking change of events, but a very happy one, where it opens up the door of opportunity, okay? Where there is equal give and take. Now, some of you, let's go back to the codependent thing. Some of you were taking on too much when it came to what you could provide in a certain relationship or in relationships in general. But detaching yourself, right, and learning your worth and loving yourself has brought in this tower, this big change where you're now attracting relationships or a relationship that can give you what you are able to give on an emotional level, spiritual level, whatever, physical level for some of you. Like, I feel like, you know, you deserve this, Aquarius. Like, you deserve this. And it's almost like, too, like, I don't want to say that you settled in the past, but some of you, it was like you were attracting people that had like some of the qualities that you wanted, but not all of them. And now it's like you're attracting relationships, right? Or friends, it doesn't matter what kind of relationship, that are more of an equal match to what it is that you're wanting, or an equal match to you. And it's mostly because you've become the person that you'd most likely want to be with. Does that make sense? So in order to attract what you want out of a partner, you must first become it yourself, right? Because that's how law of attraction works. That of which is like unto itself shall be drawn. So if you're a train wreck, do not expect to find Prince Charming tomorrow. You're going to attract another train wreck. And don't be mad when you attract another train wreck, because that just is pointing back to you that you still have some work to do on yourself. And let's go back to what I was saying earlier. Some of you have attracted that in the past, and it may have been a very codependent relationship, right? But it doesn't matter. Vice versa, if you're in this space of having your shit together, excuse my language, well, law of attraction is going to bring you equal matches to that. People that also are in that space of either having it together or getting it together. Because you get what you are. You know what I mean? So keep that in mind, Aquarius. I just feel like, regardless, I'm going off topic here, there is some significant changes coming in relationships, and they're for your highest good, even if it doesn't feel like that at the beginning. Like, I just feel like there was this time period here where things kind of felt like they were at a standstill, or maybe you were even feeling a little bit blah or bored, or yeah, like nothing was changing, and then boom, the tower comes in, and it's like, my gosh, where did you come from? Or, you know, something significant shifts that energy into a much brighter space, right? So let's go a little bit deeper, Aquarius. Let's see the bigger spiritual picture then. I'm doing that song again. Shut your mouth and run me like a river. Wish I couldn't remember what that song was about. Anyways. All right, so big spiritual picture, the Two of Pentacles. The Two of Pentacles. The Fool. Five of Cups in the reverse. And the Queen of Swords. Well, you're not messing around, Temperance. Woo! Aquarius! So that's where this song is coming from. Now, some of y'all are really drawing a line in the sand, you know, boundaries. Okay, sorry, hold on a second. if there's something or someone that's let you down that is coming through during this time period, I feel that you've detached from that situation and you will keep your boundaries or draw that line in the sand here. A very harsh energy, which Aquarians, like I said, are humanitarianistic, but don't get it twisted, because you can definitely be harsh when you need to, or draw those boundaries when you need to. Now, someone has taken advantage of that Aquarian nature in the past, I feel, and it's a possibility that they have regret around that, or maybe coming through during this time frame. And it's certainly up to you what you want to do, right? But I feel like they might be surprised, Aquarius, at the other side of you that can come out, you know what I mean? When you're really, really, truly, truly done, you know? And this is a side note, so not all of you are going to have that, but I feel a good majority of you may have that situation arise. Either way, there's a sense of like coming out of regret as well. So Aquarius, if you had been holding on to some emotions that weren't serving you, or a sense of like regret is what I'm getting for some of you, you're definitely over it, you know, no longer feeling that way, letting go of that, getting back in tune with yourself, and really feeling that empowerment energy come through, especially for my feminine aquas. But you have choices here. Like, you're not without choices. You're not standing here on the precipice of life, you know, being held to any sort of standard, or, you know, I'm trying to make this come out as fluid as possible, but you're not without a choice. Like, you have options. Let me put it to you that way. You know what I mean? Like, you don't need to settle, and you're coming to that understanding of like, I have options, you know, like I don't have to put up with that. I don't have to settle for that, yada, yada, yada. That's where that song is coming from. That's what the energy around that song is, which is good, right? Like, you want to get into that state of empowerment. But at the same time, they are wanting you to not so focus on what you want to push against, but instead focus the other way of what you want to allow. And what is it that you're wanting to allow? Love. Ooh, yes, love, emotional fulfillment, connectivity, equal give and take, reciprocity, a chance to begin again, okay? Or to take some sort of chance here. Adventure. Some of you are looking for a new experience. Like, I feel like Aquarius, you're a fixed sign, so sometimes you like the tried and true, and sometimes it's hard for you to move away from the things that you like. But during this time frame, I think you're really pulling in that rebellious Aquarian nature, where you want a new experience. Like, you might be wanting to experience something you've never experienced before. And I feel like for a lot of you, it's within relationships and love, or what you love to do for a living. So, and then for some of you, all of the above, you know, because it's all tied together, right? But major changes coming through after, like I said, a time period of a little bit of a slowdown in the energy. So get prepared, Aquarius, because this is intense. This is intense. And also, let's go back to the dream state. Some of you might also be getting messages and downloads within your dream state. So I don't know if you keep a dream journal. I do, but sometimes my dreams don't make any sense to me, but then I'll come back and read them, you know, a couple weeks or a month later, and it will make complete sense to me. So I definitely get a lot of intuitive downloads in my dreams. If you're lucky enough to recall your dreams when you wake up, keep a dream journal. You'll be surprised what you learn. But let's get a law of attraction card and see, Aquarius, what no. Okay, we cannot take all of those. I'm going to just take that one. All right, hold on a second. All right, so you have card number 32. The number 5 may be significant to some of you, or the number 32. It says, our source is one of love, not condemnation. When you pay attention to the way you feel and deliberately choose more thoughts that feel good while you think them, you'll begin to recognize the nature of your broader non-physical desires. The majority of negative emotions that you feel are not because the subject of your thought is wrong, but instead because you are condemning something that your source does not condemn. Your source is one of love, not one of condemnation. So this is encouraging you, Aquarius, to pay attention to how you feel and prioritize feeling good. And if it don't feel good to you, then that's your sign. All right. So Aquarius, beautiful reading. I love this so much. Zodiac signs you might be dealing with or have in your own birth chart. I have Taurus, Libra, Scorpio, Aries, and Sagittarius, Pisces energy here. So take what resonates, leave what doesn't. If it did resonate, do let me know in the comments down below. Also, don't forget to give me a like, share, and subscribe if you haven't yet. You can find me on Facebook and Instagram for more fun stuff, as I do have videos over there. Tarot Time with Dana, all linked in the description box below, as well as in the About section of my YouTube, where you can find the donation link. If you'd like to donate to the channel, you can do so there. Otherwise, I'm wishing you the very, very best. And until next time, my friends, namaste. Bye.